everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm Anna from Craft Me a Card, and I love crafting for the crafter, and that is you. Alright, my first episode for this no spend year of 2022. Alright, as promised, I will pick a little paper out of theme, must use, and medium to see what kind of card I will be creating for you today. Alright! Okay, this is our first one. First theme. Remember, if it's a scrapbook page, these don't apply. Alright, what do we have here? Take that one out and open it up. Happy birthday for mail! Mail happy birthday card. I must use on this card. I must use. Okay, you were kind of cheating there. All right, let's see here. I must use stamps. I don't use stamps a lot, but I will on this one for sure. Let's see, let me shake this up a little bit more. There we go. Come on, come on. I'm trying to mix them up. Yoo-hoo. And I must use for medium. Oh my goodness, colored pencils. All right, let me shop my stash and see what I have. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the stamp set that is of a truck, and this is by Honeybee. It's called Honeybee Little Truck, and I like it because it has a lot of different things you could put on the truck. But I'm not going to stamp gifts, since this is going to be a masculine birthday card. I'm not going to stamp gifts. I'm going to create them. I just like doing that. I think it gives it a lot more detail, a lot more dimension. So that's what I'm going to do. And using some VersaFine Black Onyx ink, I just love how this ink stamps. This is perfect for when you're using watercolor or markers. But I'm going to be using colored pencils, which doesn't really need that ink, but I just love it. It's a great ink pad. So let me bring you in a little bit, or a lot. And these are all the colors I'm going to be using. They're all PrismaColor. I love that brand in colored pencils. And the first one I'm going to go with is a pretty red, which is this crimson red. And since the image is so tiny, I'm just going to go ahead and do circular motions to color it in. Maybe for the door I'll do a flickering motion, which is just something like this. You start off dark and you just lift your pencil little by little, and it gives you that dark to light color effect. And this is good again when you're doing larger images. It helps you not to get that little stroke kind of look right on your image. And it's easier to blend in colors from one to another if you're using this technique. But since this is kind of small, I'm going to go ahead and do circular motions on some parts of it and do the flickering on others. So I'll start where I want it dark first. And just do those flickering motions here. In this part of the truck, for example, I really want it dark. I wanted this pretty bright crimson red. And this is, since this part of the truck seems to be round-like, I think that the circular motion is quite fitting for it, really. Super red, then kind of like get lighter as we go to the top. So that's where the sun hits the roof of the truck, so that's always lighter. This truck sleeps outside. And then little by little putting more pressure to make it darker slowly as I go in circular motions. And then I'm going to color this here, also this dark red. I'm going to leave some light right in the middle of it. Right in the middle, like if there's light hitting it. Right where we left the light of the door. Then with some gray, and this is warm gray, I'm just going to go ahead and color here. Like if it's steel. And then in this part also, a little bit of gray, not too much. This part also, a little bit of gray. Give it some light, some shading. Then this, I'm just going to color it all. And the frame of this also. With the darker gray, I'm going to follow in with that second wheel, with that second circle here. Then with some yellow, wait, this is yellowed orange. I'm going to go ahead and add some light. And this is cream color. And the windows, I am going to color them first with the cream color. All of it with the cream color. I'm pulling some of that red. And then with this blue, non-photo blue, I'm going to go ahead and do some little bit of color at the top and at the bottom of the windows. Just a little bit. Okay, so then with my Jelly Roll pen, I'm going to go ahead and make some little lines here and there. It's kind of hard because the colored pencils are a little waxy. They leave a little waxy feel. But I'm going to do what I can. I'm just adding a little bit of interest here and there. And really everywhere. And there is our colored pencil truck. Very good. Very fun, very fun. The background for my card. I know I want something woody that looks like wood. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in this wood stamp I have. And again, use my Misty. Put my card. My stamp. I don't know what happened to my stamp, how I stained it. And pick it up. For this stamp, I'm going to use Rich Cocoa by Memento. And go ahead and stamp it. Nicey-wicey. Here, I'm going to bring in these colors. This is Prisma Sepia. This is dark brown and a light umber. I'm going to bring in some black now just to define some of these lines a little bit more. Very nice. I like my wood piece. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my little truck out. There is our truck. Yes. For my gifts, I'm just going to go ahead and take a piece of paper and draw boxes. draw gifts, right? I'm going to do that. And then just draw boxes, tiny, not too big, different sizes, different widths. All right, maybe that's enough. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use these same colors that I have here. All right, now cut it out. I'm going to make a slit so it could look like they are actually in the bed of the truck. Different ways, different colors. How fun! How fun, how fun. I'm going to use some washi tape to help me stick them down. Oops. Cute. Super cute. Happy birthday. Okie dokie. So now I printed on my computer Truckload of Happiness, and I'm going to use this die, and I'm going to cut this out, and that's going to go right here on top. Alright. Okay, so then I'm going to take this Lawn Fawn, Happy Birthday to You, and I'm going to cut out just the to you part. Okay, so I'm going to cut it out of this teal, greenish, minty, tealish color cardstock. I love this color, so I always gravitate toward these colors. But I'm going to cut this to you out of this color because I want a frame with this color. So having said that, before I go and do that, so I'm going to move that out of the way, make way for my card base. So my card base, I'm just going to go ahead and align these. And these card bases come already pre-scored. And this size is 6.5 by 5 inches once it is already creased. And just go ahead and crease it well. And what I like to do is cut the piece that I'm going to be using, then do my die cutting for my sentiment using the inside of this piece. So just break in my X-Acto knife and cut it out. Just like that. Now from this piece, I'm going to cut the to you. Well, actually the whole Happy Birthday to You. But that's where I'm going to cut it from. So here it is. Happy birthday to you. Super fun die. Just grab my little scissors here and snip it away. I'm just going to round this off a little bit so that it doesn't look so snipped. I'm going to grab some vintage photo, distress ink, and just distress this a little bit, just so it's not that white, you know, it looks a little distressed. You see? Super fun. So just with this precision tip, I'm going to put glue just at the very top of this to you because I want it hanging off of the tag. So just like that. I'll put it there. Alright, so now that I've got my sentiment done, I'm going to go ahead and cut this down. Just cut all these ugly edges off. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out some corners, only because it's a large space around. I mean, it looks nice, But I think it'll look nicer with some corners. So I'm gonna go ahead and look for a brown and cut these out of brown. I'll be right back. Okay, first I'm going to go ahead and stick this onto my card base. Okay. So before I stick this piece on top, this tag has 2 holes here. That's for ribbon to go across it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick some ribbon. So I'm going to bring in some red ribbon to continue with the red theme of the truck. Then just pass it through. Just like that. Cut it. Okay, so then I'm just going to put this tag, center it, then flip it over and glue it on. Cute, cute. Okay, so bring in my card base with glue again. Let's put it on the back. I like to put a nice good amount of glue. Then stick it right in the middle. Okay, so now our truckload here. I'm going to pop it up using a little bit of liquid glue. And just stick these guys. Although this tape is very hefty. But I don't know, I just don't trust dry adhesive. Okay, then just peel off the backing. And then just add more liquid glue. Okay, then put my little truckload of happiness. Dink, dink, dink. Okay, I'm gonna put one of these squares just under here because this truckload of happiness is moving everywhere. So just for some stability, I want it to be set in place. Right, perfect. So look at how cute that is. I mean, you could leave it like that if you want, but I like my corners. I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's my card. I really like how it came out. I don't know if it's the colors. I love this teal. But I really like how it came out. Super fun, super cute. Anyways, here's my card. I invite you to subscribe if you haven't already done so, please, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post new content. And hit the like button and comment. All these things, we stress them out so much because they really do help our channels and they really do help bring to you our content. So thank you so very much. I hope, as always, I hope you get inspired. I hope you create and be happy. I will catch you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye. Look at, ooh, wrong, truck overboard, missed the whole point of the Misty. Ah, it broke on me, boo-hoo.